welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host, Travis,
Katie?
and this is episode 4 of TK's Nerd Life. And for today's episode, we're going to be giving a review on Daredevil Born Again. Like the last review we did, we will be getting into spoiler territory, so just a heads up on that. We won't be starting with that straight ahead, so feel free to keep watching. But yeah, without further ado, let's give our opinion of what we thought on the show.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it was fun. I do feel like not just like really at the beginning. I think it was probably the second or third episode where it started to become slow. But I mean, I really enjoyed the first episode, and I think it started to pick up more between the sixth and seventh episode. I mean, and I really enjoyed the ending. I thought it was fun. Definitely a fun ride for sure. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. I do think it did get a little slow around the second, third episode, like you were saying. I think personally by the fifth episode is when it picked up a bit. But yeah, I think, again, without giving anything away, I think it definitely had a slow build up. But I think with the way it ended, it was done on purpose because I think with season 2, it's meant to now get into more of the action packed, like nitty gritty of it now because now we know, like, kind of the idea of, like, where they're going to go from there.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, overall, I would say, like, it was really fun for me because, again, like I said before, Daredevil is one of my favorite characters, and it was really cool to see Charlie Cox back at the helm with Daredevil. So yeah, I think it was great, and I personally would say the show is about 8/8.5 out of 10 for me. What about you?
Yeah, I would say it's an 8 out of 10 for me. Like I said, I really enjoyed it, and especially having Charlie Cox back, that was definitely great.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But yeah, I mean, overall, we think it was a great show. And yeah, so now we are going to get into a bit of spoiler territory. So just giving you guys that heads up. If you guys haven't watched the show yet, I highly recommend you go watch it. But if you don't care too much for spoilers or anything, feel free to stick around. And yeah, we'll get into our personal opinion of what we thought of the show in a bit more detail and kind of go into a deeper dive with it.
For sure.
So now that we're giving you guys that bit of heads up, we are going to get into spoiler territory now. So I think the biggest thing to kind of talk about is like kind of what was different with the show versus the books, because if you haven't read the comic books before either, there is some differences between the books and the show with this story, and the biggest one for me that I noticed straight away was in the comic book, Wilson Fisk actually learned about Daredevil's true identity from Karen Page, one of his girlfriend, because I guess he got in a desperate situation and needed like some extra cash. Whereas in the show, it wasn't in Daredevil Born Again, but it was shown in season 3, I believe, episode 1, or season 2. It's when Mac went to visit him in jail, and Wilson started to put together how Matt could possibly be Daredevil, and so he did research into it and found out that way.
Yeah.
So that was one of the big differences that I definitely noticed. What about you?
I mean that would be one of the bigger differences. I mean, and again in the show, I mean Matt. I mean what? I mean actually the comic he loses like literally everything.
Yeah. Like
literally everything.
Like he lost his lawyer. He lost his license to be a lawyer. He lost all his money because the IRS froze his bank account. His apartment blew up. Like he pretty much hit rock bottom. And like even in the books it said like he only had like $10 on him left because that was the only cash he had before his bank accounts got frozen up.
Yeah. Which that to me was crazy. Which we kind of see like what they took from like that part and putting it in the show. Some of it. They put all of it, but
they didn't do all of it. But like we kind of see that a bit with, especially near the end when Punisher went to go save him because they did show his apartment blowing up. So he did lose that, but he didn't really like lose any money or anything. But also in the first episode, I would say the biggest loss he had, and it was the reason why he stopped being Daredevil for a while, is because his friend Foggy died,
Mm-hmm.
and he tried to kill Bullseye because he killed his best friend, and he saw what he was stepping down, and he didn't want to go down that route. He didn't want to be known as the guy who was a vigilante who killed people.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then I was gonna say too, like it was actually in a different comic where Foggy does die, so it's not in the Born Again comic.
Right.
It's separate.
It's a separate book.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Which again, we haven't read that one. We kind of learned a little bit about it from a YouTube, which was actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Seeing like what they took, like, and just seeing like the different pieces that they took from different comics. So and then now they're putting it together, which is kind of cool. And my thing is, I'm curious if Foggy's really dead, because in the comics, I guess Vanessa hides him from actually being. He actually was not dead.
Right, like his death. His death was faked.
It was faked, yeah. So we're kind of curious, like, because they're already talking about Foggy coming back for season 2.
So it's just pretty much confirmed that his death wasn't legit.
Yeah.
But the question is more so like how they do it with this, because I actually did do some digging into it, and I don't remember where it was, but I remember reading somewhere that in the comics the reason why his death was faked was because he had to go into witness protection. Whereas in this one, I'm curious if it's because Vanessa faked it so that she could just keep him captive and never be able to do the court case he was going to do.
Yeah.
So, but again, we'll have to wait till season 2 to find out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I even really love with Punisher coming back, which I'm happy that they're doing that.
Yeah.
You know, having him come back. And, like, I'm curious now, like, are we going to get the Defenders again? Are we going to have, like, because, again, at the end, right, like, they're trying to, like, he's trying to build an army, basically, already.
Yeah.
Like, that's how it felt, like, trying to build. Well, and it also reminded me of Shadowland. It reminded me of Devil's Reign. If you haven't read any of those 2 stories, I really highly recommend those 2 stories, because it is fun. It's fun to read. But, like, I'm curious if it's going to be more like Devil's Reign, where, because again, Kingpin's already mayor,
right?
So I mean, it would be interesting if they're going to do more of that, or are they going to go more towards Shadowland, where it's its own version? Could Matt turn evil?
It's possible, because they did take the suit from Shadowland that he had for the second season.
There are set photos of it too.
So it's possible, because he said he was going to get an army, and in Shadowland he ends up taking over as like being the leader of the Hand. Yeah, the Hand. So it's possible the army he builds in season 2 is the Hand, which either way, I think if he either built up the army with the Hand, or if like it brought back, like, you know, Punisher again, and it brought back the rest of the Defenders, like Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, like either one of those would be dope to see. Like I would be happy if I saw either one.
I mean, it would be cool if they even like brought Spider-Man into the mix too,
because he was in Shadowland also.
Yeah, he
was. And so was Shang-Chi, and who else was there? Was it
Iron Fist, I think, Elektra.
Ghost Rider was also in that one too,
which I was cool. Moon Knight, Wolverine.
Yeah, Wolverine was also there.
I don't know if they'll go that far.
No, probably not. But that would. I mean, cool. If they did, I wouldn't be against it.
Yeah,
but I don't know if
it would honestly be cool though too. Like if like they even like hinted at like the Nicolas Cage.
The Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider.
Yeah, I would enjoy that, because I mean, again, that would be a one way.
Yeah.
That they could bring Ghost Rider, even if it's just like
a small cameo sort of thing.
Yeah, or they bring Reyes Ghost Rider. Like at that, point.
Like there's definitely ways they can go about it, and it's gonna be unique to see what they do, because again, with all these books, like you see what they took from them, but also you see the differences too. And I think the way they're kind of doing it is like you said, they like with the story so far, it's like Wilson Fisk is already mayor of New York, and they also have him putting on the black suit, which is from Shadowland.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a mixture of the two so far, and also like some snippets from Born Again as well. So there's multiple ways they can go about it.
True.
And honestly, like I think the way I could see it going is I could see him getting the army he has, whether it's the Hand or the Defenders and Punisher, and maybe one or two other heroes that we haven't seen in a while or something. And now he's got the army, so now he's going against Wilson Fisk and his army. Mm-hmm. But it possibly, I think, because he's still gonna have that struggle of, because now that we've seen him be Daredevil again, he's still kind of having that struggle of wanting to be that, because he doesn't want to go down the dark path of killing. Mm-hmm. But I wonder if like the twist could be, and this is how they pick up him being kind of evil like they did in Shadowland, is that mm-hmm. he actually decides to kill Wilson Fisk. Like he actually crosses that line, and it's like not really in the line of justice, but more of cold blood sort of.
Yeah. Way. Well, I mean, he was close to killing with like Bullseye, like in the first episode. Like that was like.
Well, yeah,
close.
He literally threw him off the roof. I think that's more than close. I think.
Okay, but you have to admit though, the Wilson Fisk scene where he squishes that guy's head.
Oh, dude,
that was brutal.
Dude, I was like mind blown by that. Like,
that was gross. It was cool, but it was. Really
I think
gross.
Honestly, that's the thing that surprised me with this show is like they really upped the ante with like how brutal everything was. I mean, mm-hmm. not just that, but I mean like even Punisher's scenes with like how he went, and then of course they show like Daredevil with breaking the dude's elbow and
I know.
Going like bending backwards, or even like
what's the other one with the when he like puts that thing through the
Muse.
Yeah.
His fight against Muse, like when he puts his what's it called? The bow, like his staff through him. I'm like,
that was awesome.
Yeah, I'm like, dang, like they really upped the ante with this one.
Yeah, like that was the fight scenes definitely. I mean, I know I enjoyed it in the Netflix series, but I feel like it's even more.
Like they.
Do you feel like it was more than what it was?
Honestly, I would say, because like, and I think that was the biggest thing. I was wondering, because I feel like Netflix did really well with the fight scenes, mm-hmm. but honestly, I didn't know if Disney was going to take it up a notch or not, but I'm kind of happy they did, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, because even like Deadpool, Wolverine, like they kept it.
Yeah, like
they did. I was happy they did, because I was really worried that it
was going to be dumbed down because
dumbed down.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, people who know me, they know I love my gore. Mm-hmm. I love. I mean, I don't want to say I love blood, but,
I mean, you can.
I like gore.
And like, I mean, my thing with it, it's like I want the characters to kind of be true to who they are. So it's like, with Deadpool and Wolverine, like you said, I was hoping that they stuck with the, Deadpool being the way he was, like, Merc with the mouth, and Wolverine kind of being like the. Like one mutant X-Men who's known to be ruthless from time to time, and thankfully they did that. And I think with Daredevil Born Again, they took the aspects of what Netflix set for him in that, and they just upped the ante with it. And honestly, I think that was a great move on their part.
100%.
Like I think they did. I think that was smart for them to do, and it really like sets the tone for like not just what this show could be, but what season 2 could be. And if they decide to go the route of making a show for Punisher again, they can give us an idea of what that could look like, or some of the other shows that may come out later down the line too.
100%. I would really enjoy that if they brought Punisher back, like even more so.
Yeah, if like I would honestly love to see more of Punisher, and like because we only got the one season of his show in the Netflix special, and well actually no, we had 2 seasons, but still, I would have loved to see more from him, especially because like we had that in between of like where we didn't see him for a while and then he just appeared. Like I kind of like to know if we could know what he was doing in between that, or even if it's after the events of Daredevil Born Again, of like him kind of going on his own solo mission sort of thing.
Oh, for sure.
And honestly, something that would be dope too is like again if they go the route of bringing the Defenders back, like they get back Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and all that. Like
Iron Fist, like bringing them all back, that'd be really dope.
It'd be dope to see them on adventures again, and see like what they do and what they get up to. And because like Daredevil Born Again even made the comparison of when Wilson Fisk was talking about vigilantes, and he said he brought up Daredevil, he brought up Punisher, he even brought up Spider-Man.
That is true.
Like that opens up so many more doors too. Because
Mhm.
imagine if we saw Daredevil meeting Spider-Man or Punisher meeting Spider-Man, like that would be awesome.
Cool.
That'd be funny to see as well, honestly, because like I just think it'd be interesting to see those, like any of those characters, just interacting with someone from the MCU like that.
100%.
But yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much all I had to say on that.
Same.
I was
I
gonna say,
didn't have really anything else.
yeah, like again, overall, I think the show was very good, and you know, based on everything we've seen so far and what we know, I'm definitely very interested to see where they go from here. And yeah, I hope that season 2 will give us more action for this one. And I think the way they ended season 1, we're definitely likely to get that.
Yeah.
If you heard that,
that was our dog. Dog
So,
Teddy. Teddy is our special guest.
Yeah.
Here, buddy. Here.
Teddy, come say hi.
Come say hi to the camera. Come here.
Since you really want to.
He wants to be a part of the show. Here he is. He's a part of it. This is our dog.
This is
Teddy. You keep hearing me or seeing me look down.
That's why.
He was biting me.
Or he was,
Yes.
hitting his head against the table.
Yes. But yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't gotten a concussion.
I'm very surprised he hasn't gotten a concussion at this point.
Yeah. You want to say hi to everyone? You want to say hi?
Teddy, look at the camera.
He doesn't know where to look.
I think he's very confused right now.
Just a little bit.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap it up for today. Thank you guys for watching. We hope you enjoyed. And yeah, we hope to see you guys in the next episode. And that is about all for us today. We've been your host, Travis.
And this is Katie.
And we will see you guys in the next episode of TK's Nerd Life.
You can't forget Teddy. This is also Teddy.
Yep. There's also Teddy.
That's our special guest.
Yep.
So thank you for joining us. We appreciate everyone that's been following us and watching online. We love our homies. So
Yeah.
Sorry, he's a puppy, so he likes to bite just a little bit.
Teddy, you want to say bye? No.
The judgmental face is real.
Yep.
Well, bye everyone.
Bye-bye.